Hello, everyone. Long time no see. I've missed you all so much. I had to take some time off to deal with some serious health issues, but praise the Lord, I'm doing so much better now, and I'm back, and oh, it's great to be back. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. Have you ever wanted to try watercolor painting but didn't know where to start? Well, be sure to keep watching because in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this very easy but beautiful Christmas card using watercolors. I can't wait to show you how it's done. So grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. This really is coffee. I like a lot of milk in my coffee. And relax. And if you want to paint along, that would be great. So let's get started. To get started, we need to first decide what kind of surface we want to paint on. And what I did with this card, I just have to show you here. This is so pretty. I just love it. See how it shines and sparkles? Okay, back to what we need to paint on. I used these blank watercolor cards. Can you see that okay? And I got these from Amazon. They are 5x7. They're from Funto or Funto. Okay, and they are 140 pound. I would recommend using 140 pound weight for watercolor because then the paper doesn't warp so bad when you get it wet. And these just worked really great. I love these cards. These are probably the best ones I've ever tried. So I have these, and what we want to do, let me grab my board here. Okay, we want to secure this. Let me get the envelope out of here. To some type of surface, like, like this, or a board, or even to your table. Okay, and I'm going to kind of put it in the middle here. And what we're going to do, we're going to tape off the shape of a tree like this. And I'm just using this painter's tape. I believe I got this at Home Depot. And this has a low tack, but it still will stick nicely. And you can order this off of Amazon too. So let me just tear off a fairly good sized piece here. And let's just tape off a tree. I think I'm going to make this one not quite as wide as this. I'm going to make it a little narrower. Now let's see here. So we want to kind of line it up so the point of the tree is fairly in the middle. And let's see here. So sometimes I have to put this down a couple of times, take it up and put it down if it's not quite where I want it. And you have to keep in mind that this is where the tree is going to be, on this side, not this side. So we'll just kind of stick that down a little bit, not completely, until we get it lined up. So that'll be enough tape, I think. Let me get that tore off. And let's see here. And I want to leave room for a star. So let's see here. I'm thinking maybe if I do about like that. Okay. And this is pretty even here. This looks like it's going to be sort of in the middle. Let me scoot it over just a little bit. Line this up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Remember that, okay? If it's off a little, that's all right. All right, that looks pretty good. And let's take another piece. Get that off here. And this is where we want to leave room for a little bit of a trunk. So let's put this on here like that. I'm going to have to stick my head in here. Let me see here. Make sure I'm in frame. So that looks pretty good, I think. Looks even, straight across. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, now let's stick this down better now. And I want to make sure it's down pretty good along here so my watercolor doesn't bleed under the tape. So just press that down good. All right, now we have that done. The next thing we need is some watercolor paints. Now these are from, I think you pronounce them Munyo or Munyo. It's M-U-N-G-Y-O. And you don't need a lot of colors because we're just going to keep this simple. And if you already have watercolor paints, then just use those. But if you don't have any yet, these are a great little set. They have all the colors that you need to get started. And I don't think it's, right now, I don't think it's real expensive. I looked on Amazon, I think yesterday, and I think these run like around $14, $15 for a set of 12. And you can also, I do love the Winsor & Newton. This is just a little travel palette, and I love these too. Now these run a little bit more. They're called Winsor & Newton Cotman. I've got a box somewhere. Here it is. Let me grab that. And I think these run a little bit more right now. They're around $20, $21. So you can just decide what you want to use. I love both of these and they work great. They have the colors that you need, and that works for just about anything that you want to paint. So I think I'm going to use the Munyo ones today. And we need some water. So I got a couple cups of water. That way I can wash in one and then rinse out in the other one. And then usually I always like to have a cup of clean water. And I'm just using, this is just a little plastic cup. I'm using a mug here. It says Believe. And those work great. Now for brushes, wow. You probably know already or have seen there's so many different brushes. Now I like this brand. It's called Transon. Now these are very inexpensive brushes. I have both. I have spent a lot of money on brushes, but I'm always searching for inexpensive brushes that perform well. And these work really great. I don't know if you can see that. Transon, Transon. You get 9 different sizes, and I think they're running like $7.99 right now for 9 brushes. So I'm going to use a number 8. Really, anything, any size works. I just like this size because this is just a little smaller surface and area. So I think this one will work great. So let's get started painting. We're going to get our paints activated by just dropping a little bit of water on the paints, just like this, some drips. That gets them going so they aren't so dry. You do that. A little drop of water on them. And if you have a spray bottle, you can use a little spray bottle like this to just spray them with water. Sometimes I do that too. Okay, I think we're just going to use the basic Christmas colors, reds and greens, maybe blue. So let's see here. Let's start out. Maybe we'll just start out with red. I'm going to put some over here. Just dip that in. I don't really want it real watery. That's hard to say, real watery. I want it a little thicker. Okay. So let's just dab it on a paper towel. I'm not sure if that's in frame. And then I'm just going to try it out to see. Oh yeah, that's a pretty red. I have a little piece of watercolor paper. Excuse me. Oh, I can't talk. A little piece of watercolor paper that I test on. So I think that's good. Now we want to just do it at an angle. Okay. Doesn't matter what angle. We just want to kind of start out. I want to go right in the corner. Okay. So just do that like that. Maybe we'll make it a little thicker. Okay. Now let's do some greens. Let's see here. Okay. Maybe I'll mix up a few greens. Let me get this over here so you can see what I'm doing. That's kind of a yellow green. Actually, it's called yellow green. And let's see. Let's go with a little darker green. We'll put a little, let's see. I've got cerulean blue. Let's put a little blue in there. Oh, that's pretty. Make it kind of a blue green. Oh, I like that color. Maybe I'll go with this a little bit here. Okay, that's pretty. Like that. Now, let's see. Put a little bit more in there. And what other color? Green can we mix up? Maybe we can mix up, try kind of olive green. See if we can get that. We'll put our yellow green in there and mix just a little bit of let's see here. I've got some yellow ochre. Let's put that in there. Makes it a little different color. Get my brush rinsed out here. And maybe a little bit of this. It's called light red. Just a little. Doesn't take much to make kind of a olive green. Oh yeah, I like that. Maybe just a little bit more. Doesn't take much. Okay, those are pretty. I like those greens. Okay, let's get started with those. We're just going to make stripes now. You can make them thin, you can make them thick. Doesn't really matter. Let's just go here. Do one like that. And then we'll go, how about if we go a little darker next? We'll make this one kind of a thick one. And I'm leaving a little bit of gap between some of them because I want to put some gold paint in between the stripes. So we'll do that, and maybe we'll go with the olive green color. See how that goes? Oh yeah, I like that. That's pretty. Go like that. Be a thin one. Okay, now let's see if maybe let's just go with this light red right off the palette. See what that does. Oh, that's nice. Maybe we'll make a thick one here. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. And let's see. Why not do orange? We'll do that right out of the palette. Oh, look at that. That makes it interesting. All right, let's see. How about, why not red again? do a stripe of red, maybe just a thin one. Well, it's not real thin. That's pretty good. Ooh, I'm liking these colors. And let's see, maybe we'll go with the yellow green again here. Just keep repeating and yeah, just have fun. Doesn't have to be any colors you can use, or any particular colors. You can use your favorite colors if you want. I did a pink one that for my granddaughter for Christmas. She loves pink. And oh, it came out so pretty. I love it. Oh, if I can figure out how to put a picture of it on the screen, I'll do that because I just think it came out so pretty. And let's see, let's go with this color again. I'm liking that color. And they don't have to be even or straight. They can be bumpy or wiggly like that is. Oh, let's do this dark green again. So this is what I do. I just keep repeating the colors. Let's make a thick one, a thick stripe here. Change it up a little bit. Oh, I like that. All right. Oh, might be time for a little bit of orange. Let's see here. Let me do a little bit of orange here. Okay, let's get it maybe thin, kind of wiggly. There we go. Ooh, I like that. All right. And what other color could we use? We could use maybe red again. I like putting red by the orange. Let's just make this even kind of a lighter color by using more water. I like that too. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. And maybe go with kind of the olive green. I'm going all the way to the edge here, as you can see. And then all the way to the next edge. Okay. And let's do red. I'm going to pat it a little bit on my paper towel so it's not quite so watery. I want it fairly thick. Ooh, I like that. Then we'll do, let's see, maybe we'll do this green, kind of the darker green, like that. Maybe go a little darker. I like that. Okay, now we're getting close to the top. And let's see, maybe we should do this one, it's called a light red. There. And then we have the very point. And let's see, what should we do at the point? We should do maybe the olive green right at the point. So we can get that up there. Oh, I'd like it a little darker. We'll just kind of put it right next to that other color. Get that. Okay, so I think we're done with our tree, painting our tree. I'm going to let this dry and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. This is dry now. And before I take the tape off, I want to put my gold in like I did on this one. I'm not sure if you can see the gold on there. And I did the star with gold watercolor paint. Now there is quite a bit of metallic paint out there. And I got this one off of Amazon. It's called Coliro or Coliro, Coliro. And I really like it. It shows up great. I've tried some others that aren't real metallic, but it works okay. They'll work okay. So whatever you have, you don't have to do gold in there if you don't want to, if you don't have a gold paint. Or I've used this marker too. It's by Artix, I think, and it works good. I'll show you. See how it's pretty shiny. So you could do something like that too. But I'm going to go ahead and use the paint that I have here. Let me grab my brush, and I'm going to put some water on it to get it activated. I want it pretty thick so it'll show up. So let's just give it just a few seconds here. It gets going fairly fast. You could also use silver too. And see, this has several different colors of gold. I've used this one and I've used this one. I haven't tried the others yet, but I think any of them would be really, really pretty. Let's see how this is looking now. Let's give it a try on our little swatch card here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want it to be just a little thicker. Let's see here. Let me get it over here. Whoa, it's falling off. Hold on. Let me move some things. Get it out of the way here. Okay, let's see now. Get this thickened up. Okay, now I'm just going to dab it on my paper towel. Just a little bit. And then I don't do where, let's see, what should I say? How do I say it? I don't want to do in every white part of this. Just pick a few, or as many as you want. I do love the gold. I just think it's looks so pretty for Christmas. And let's see, let's do one maybe in here. Oh, it's showing up pretty already. And let's go maybe one in here. And sometimes I'll put it even on top of another color, just to, like that, put like a thin stripe on top of the red. That looks pretty. And then go down here and do one here. There we go. Maybe do one in here. And yeah, let's see. I think that's enough. I think that's all we will do for now. I want to let this dry, and if you have I have a little fan I usually put on it to get it dry, or if you have a hair dryer or a heat gun, that works okay too. So let's let this dry and I'll be right back. While I was letting this dry, I did change out my water and got some clean water because it was getting pretty dirty. So that's a good idea, that if your water is getting pretty dirty, go ahead and switch it out. That will keep our colors very pure and clear and a little brighter too. So let's take the tape off. This is my favorite part. I just love taking the tape off and seeing how it came out. So I'm just going to be real careful so it doesn't, let me scoot some things over here, so it doesn't lift up the watercolor paper. So I'm just going to go slow. Okay, so we got that one. And let's do this one next. Just go easy. Okay, got that one. Gonna put that over there. Let's go here. Oh, wow. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that gold. Oh, wow. Okay, now let's do our star. If you're good at freehanding a star, go ahead and do that. I'm not very good at that. So I have a little stencil here. I can't even tell you where I got these, but you can find them Walmart, Hobby Lobby, on Amazon, or any craft store. Let's see, where's the star? Here we go. Let's do this one right here. Let me make sure I'm in frame. Hold on, let me look. Okay, yes, I am. And let me grab my pencil. And we're just going to kind of line it up at the top here. And I'm still got to scoot things over. Let me bring this down a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to keep it just a tiny bit above the tree, not right on the tree. And then just go around. I'm kind of shaking. Okay. This will just give you a guideline to go by, which I need. Okay. So just do that. Now, if you're using a marker, you can just, once you get it outlined, let's see. Oh, that's pretty good. You can fill it in with your marker if you want to, but I'm going to use the gold watercolor paint on that. So let's grab that. Set that one aside. I might have to wet it just a little bit. I want this very thick, this paint. Now, if you want to switch to a smaller brush, you can. If you, let's see here, if you want to go down, you can go to a small brush. I might try that. This one has a pretty good point, so it works pretty good, but let's try a little smaller brush. I want that to be thick, and we can always go over it again too if it comes out too light. I want the star to show up. So let's go ahead and paint our star. Like that. I need just a little more paint. Oh yes, this gold paint is really good. It shows up great. And let's see here. I'm going to go over here. And now you can decide if you want to erase the pencil lines once it's dry or leave them. Sometimes I leave them if I want the star to show up a little more. Okay, I'm trying to get my glasses to focus here. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Might go over just a little bit in the points. We go here. Okay, yeah, I think that looks good. Now I want to do the little lines around it to show that it's glowing. And let's see. I want my paint to be a little thinner this time so it'll move a little easier. Let's try it. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe a little thinner, but not too watery. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's give that a try. Okay, here we go. Just a quick mark, quick. There we go. One right there. One right there. One right there. Maybe dab a little bit more. There we go. Oh, and we need one over here. Let's see. Oh, yes. Yeah, that looks good. Let's just leave it like that. The next thing we want to do is paint our trunk of the tree and the shadow underneath. And I wanted to mention that if this tree doesn't look like the one I was working on previously, it's because it's not. When I went to edit the video, I noticed that this segment did not record. I don't know what happened. I guess I didn't press record. So I had to paint another tree and do this segment all over. So I just wanted to mention that. And that's okay because I can use another card anyway. So let's go ahead and get our trunk in. If you want to eyeball it and freehand it, go right ahead. I think I'm going to do a little measuring to get it in the center or close to the center. Let's see here what we got. And that looks pretty good. I'm just going to mark the center. And then I'm just going to go a little bit on each side, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch. I want a thin trunk. And then we're just going to take our pencil and just make a thin trunk. I think I'm going to make it a little thinner than even my lines. Something like that. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to mix up some brown paint. I don't have a brown in this palette, so it's real easy to mix up a brown. We're going to take this light red, kind of looks like a brick red to me, and put it in here. Let's just put it in here. I don't want it real thin, so I'm not going to add quite as much water, but maybe a little bit more because we want to have enough to make our shadow. Okay. Now we're going to take just a little bit of blue. I'm going to use the cerulean blue right here. Now it just takes a little bit. Sometimes I tend to go overboard and have to add more of the red. Okay, that wasn't quite enough. Let's try that again. Okay, that might have been too much. Let's see. It looks kind of dark, so let's add just a little bit more red to it. I want it, it's kind of a nice brown color. Let's try a little bit more red. Sometimes it takes a few more times. Okay, let's try that on our swatch card. See how that looks. I'll move that up so hopefully you can see that. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, okay. I think I want it a little darker, so we're going to go back to the blue. I'm just going to put in a little bit more blue to make it just a little darker. Let's see now. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Kind of a sepia color. Okay, let's try that. me get my ruler out of the way here. I'm just going to put a little bit of color on my brush, a little bit of paint. I'm going to dab it on my paper towel so it's not quite so wet. Then we're just going to put it on here. Okay, I think I want it, let's go back to a little more brown color. I'm going to add just a little bit of red to my paint. Okay. That looks pretty good, like that. All right, now I'm just going to let that dry just for a few seconds. Let's let that dry, and then we're going to paint our shadow at the bottom. I'm going to go in, get some more color, dab it off a little bit. Now we're just going to go under. I'm not going to think a whole lot about this. Okay. All right. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to go in with a little darker color. Let that dry just for a few seconds. We want to anchor our tree down, so I want this just to be a little darker at the top. I might even go in just with a little bit of blue to make this a little darker color. Yes, like that. Maybe we'll go up just a little bit, like it's kind of going behind. There. All right, I think that's all we'll do for now. We might come back in and just add a little bit of shadow to the trunk. I'm going to make this, I'm going to kind of get rid of that straight line that was right there. So, all right, I think that's good for right now. Now next, we're going to put a little bling on our tree. Now you can use sequins like I did here, but I think I'd like to use these rhinestones on this one just for something different. And let's see, maybe let's use the green ones. I like that. Now these, I just got these at, I think, either Dollar Tree or Dollar General. They come in a big sheet, and I just cut off a section to make them a little more manageable. So yes, let's put some of these on there. I think that'll look real pretty. Just going to take a whole roll off. And they're pretty sticky on the back, so I think they'll stick okay. If you don't think they're going to stick very good, you might put a little dab of glue underneath. So let's put these on and just do them random on the tree. I'll do that. I might speed this up a little bit so it goes a little faster.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room.
Let's see what that looks like. Oh wow, that's really pretty. I think maybe that's enough. I don't want to overdo it. And let's see, let's put one of these gold ones at the top on the star. All right, let's take a look. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Well, I think we're all done. Now, what you can do if you want to, you can put a greeting. You could do, I have this little Merry Christmas, and you could put that down here if you want. If you're good at hand lettering, you could hand letter Merry Christmas or just for you if you want to, or you can just leave it like this. I do love it just as it is. So I hope you had fun today and learned a little bit about doing watercolor. Don't be afraid to try it. It is such a wonderful medium and it's so much fun to do and very easy. This is such an easy card that anybody could do it. You don't need any experience with painting or doing watercolor. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all so much. God bless you. And I'll see you in my next video.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every